Loud and obnoxious sisters. You know, those are the descriptive words that are used for my sisters, black women. Loud and obnoxious, right? Now, are there loud and obnoxious sisters out there? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You better believe, yes, there are some sisters that can be loud and obnoxious. But you know who else are loud and obnoxious? You have white women that are loud and obnoxious, Asian women that are loud and obnoxious, Latino women that are loud and obnoxious, Indian women that are loud and obnoxious, European women loud and obnoxious. The whole spectrum. You have women that could be loud and obnoxious. Now, to throw the label solely on black women or predominantly black women is a problem, because we know that what occurs is that you have folks that are going to produce those negative images more often. They're going to be more prevalent because of whatever folks feel that are going to confirm their biases about our sisters. Now, I got another channel. Movement of Men of this is this. This is what I'm trying to do, is to get our men together. I'll get our sisters together, because I'm done with all of the pushing the negative stereotypes. I'm done with all that stuff. None of you all are producing any good content that is helping, progressing our folks. I don't really see it much at all. I see a lot of the complaining. I see a lot of the content that you're looking to get boost of views, and the boost of views is where you're going to start talking about the negative types of stereotypes that black folks have. And I want to change that, because there's women in my life that helped raise me that didn't fit in line with a lot of those stereotypes. At times, can you be that way? Yeah. At times, maybe it's warranted. Some of the women in my family had to get loud when it came down to maybe something with dealing with schooling, when it pertained to me. We're dealing with some of the teachers and the principals. Maybe they had to get a little loud. Now, am I condoning being loud and obnoxious all the time? No, not at all. For my sisters, I do have a problem when I go out and about and my sisters are cutting up. Now, we've all somewhat done it, right? We've been younger. Even some of the older ones that should be trying to taper that down, that has happened. I would suggest there's a time and place for us to do certain things. It is. Even with the brothers. I was at an age where, you can get a little loud and you want to be vocal, you want to be seen and stuff like that. That's just kind of, that comes with a little bit of wanting to get the attention. All of these cultures do that stuff. And what's remarkable is they want to pin it to our sisters about being loud and obnoxious, but then you see all these other cultures do the same thing, but then they get treated differently. There's a double standard, right? It is different. It's different when they do it. They got all other descriptive words of when folks do it. Oh, it's kind of hot. It's spicy. It's being, what's some of the other words that they use? It's being fiery and all, some of these other descriptive words that soften the blow. make it more tolerable. But when it comes down to the sisters, then it becomes a problem. Sisters have a different type of energy. Black folks in general have a different type of energy. I think, unfortunately, what happens is, again, folks have certain biases. They have certain issues with our sisters, our brothers. And so anything that could confirm what one experience that they had, maybe a couple experiences that they had, then all of a sudden everybody's labeled the same. Now, again, I'm going back to what I was saying as far as not condoning. There's a time and place for everything. My sisters, there's a time and place for everything. Being out in the club, being in, events where everybody is going to be charged up, being at home, being out around where maybe it's, other folks that are doing certain things with you at the park or something like that. But the thing is being conscientious of other folks. And this doesn't just relate to my sisters. It relates to everybody, of being conscientious of that there's a time and place for everything. Nobody wants to see all of you trying to get attention in every space that other people are in. Like I said, there's many people that go out there. You got these YouTubers who go out and they put their cameras all over the place and infringing on people's public space. Their space when they're out there just trying to do certain things, and they want to put their camera in there acting as if you're the problem. That's all I'm referring to when I talk about my sisters, if they're wanting to be a little loud or wanting to be a little obnoxious. Find a time and place to do that. It doesn't have to be where you're doing it every single way, every single place, whether it's a restaurant or you're in a store. I am very sensitive as it relates to what other kids see, what kids see around you, the way that you're acting. That type of stuff, if you have any kind of concern of what kids should be viewing or what they should be hearing, then you got to be conscientious of where you're at when you do certain things. Again, you may slip up, you may have a good time, you're enjoying your friends or whatever. Okay, that stuff happens. But I would just implore that you be selective of when you choose to do certain things. And I'm not saying because you are trying to impress anybody else or try to change someone else's view of your viewpoint. It's just a level of respect, a level of mannerisms. That's all it is. We all have to look at that, even as men, because there's men that come in and they're obnoxious and they're loud because they want attention. They want folks to hear all that's going on. Like they want folks to be all in their conversations, stuff like that. That stuff, nobody should have to tolerate that. Like it's a public space. Everybody is coming to a public space. And it's kind of like when in Rome, you do kind of what everybody else for the most part is doing. It's not that you separate and divert and try to do something else different because you're looking for attention. You're looking to be seen. That part becomes an issue for me. If my sisters are doing that, you're trying to drum up this attention. You're looking to be seen. You want to be heard. So you've got to go up here and, do all kind of different things that are going to get people looking in your direction. That part there's some complex issues with some of that stuff. But as far as labeling my sisters loud and obnoxious, at times, yes, sometimes they can be. There's a lot of sisters that are not like that. But what happens is that you have people that group all of my sisters in that same category. And then everybody believes that all the sisters are going to show up that way. And that's truly not accurate. It's not the case. So, I would like to be someone who speaks more positivity to my sisters. And that's kind of what this channel is going to revolve itself around. Of being able to point out some of the things that I've either experienced, or there's women that don't do some of the things that you all are labeling that they do, that you're putting them in that same category that they do. There's a lot of sisters, a lot of women, a lot of sisters out here in this world. You may have came across a few of them. There's a lot of sisters, man. And they're all beautiful. Regardless of their shortcomings, they're all beautiful. Would I like for them to change some of the things? I absolutely would. And we'll talk about that in the channel. So on that note, Movement of Men, I am trying to lend my voice out to be able to show and give a little bit of a different perspective and possibly help my brothers and my sisters, where you don't have to fall in the negative stereotype, but at the same time, you don't look at yourself as the only ones who go through the things that people want to promote as your negative, because all these other cultures do the same exact thing. And the funny thing about it is the influence that our sisters have. Oh, it's strong. It's deep. A lot of these other women absolutely are copying from our sisters. But what happens, it gets changed around. The double standard comes. When these women showcase those types of behaviors, all of a sudden it's tolerant. It's tolerable. It's okay. It's something different. But then you look at my sisters and you feel that they're the problem. It's funny. Anyway, you all have a good day. I will talk to you all on the next note. Peace out.